Welcome back to Dial Twang. I'm Dave. So we're doing like a freestyle Riffin thing today. If you notice in that intro, all I've got going is a drum beat. Okay. So it's a loop from GarageBand. I didn't make the drum beat. It's just one that's in there. Pick your own tempo. So I got that going. And I practice a lot like this myself, just for fun and just to have something to, more than just a metronome, So, we don't talk about rhythm that much on the channel, and we're going to more. But let's start with this. With this kind of rock, riffing stuff, especially in an open key like E, where you can get that, really get that open bottom string going like that. Been a lot of other scenarios as well. One thing that when you hear a lot of these classic rhythms and stuff, you might think like, God, that is really complicated, and it's you're resting on this beat, then you're hitting it, and you accent this, and then you mute that, and it'd be a lot to really analyze a lot of those good old rock riffs. So, like we always try to do on this channel, I want to present it to you more as like a process that will kind of get you there, kind of, in your own way, in your own time. So here's what I think for many of you will really get you started and on a good path. And that is that you want to get this hand really locked in to something where you're not really monitoring, oh, am I playing this beat or that beat, or, So what I mean by that is if we put this drum beat on, say 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, and that's the snares on and 2 and 3 and 4, 1, 2 and 3 and 4. Snares on 2 and 4. Okay. Now, all your guitar rhythm's not always going to be like, that's a good place to start, though. Now, I counted in 1 and 2, and those are eighth notes, right? 2 notes per beat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. If we go to 16ths in our counting, it's 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Now, if I get my right hand going in 16ths, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E. Now, you hear all the different rhythmic things going on. They're all going on over here. Over here, if you took the sound away, my hand, right? That's the concept here. So if you feel like, my rhythm, it's coming along, it feels okay, but it doesn't feel like a northbound train. Well, you want it to feel like a northbound train. Okay. And the way to get you there, pretty simple, really. It just takes you got to do this every day for a while. I'm not even playing notes right now, right? Okay. Now, that's okay if you play, something like I just played or not, right? It's the idea there that matters, right? So your routine on that part of it is Then when you want to do little syncopations, the dance is all in this hand. But when you do those hesitations and stuff, the cool part is when you go back into the northbound train, just automatically like that, right? So it's not, and hopefully that breaks it down for you. Now, it doesn't sound as you know, it's not as complicated as it sounds in a lot of tunes, right? That's how you can really start to get there with that right hand. And then the same thing is true for single note stuff. Like your hand is still just kind of going like that. Another neat thing about playing an E for this freestyle kind of stuff is that you can't really hit, you know, you hit that anytime you want and it's okay, right? Even when I go to that D, it doesn't sound bad, it just sounds kind of dirty. It's kind of a good thing. So E is just a really great key to practice this kind of stuff in. Let me show you a couple little things down here. All right, it's just kind of that's right out of that E minor or pentatonic. The tricky thing about that kind of stuff is that boom, bink, boom. We're going to do some lessons that really get into that, that kind of style, that kind of swampy stuff. But for right now, the training for you is this. Okay, it's just doing that with chords, and then because what's going to end up happening a little bit down the road is it's the same kind of concept. You're playing these funky licks down here. And if you notice, my hand is again kind of locked in to a mechanical movement down here, and I'm just kind of muting and emphasizing certain things. So I don't want to throw all that stuff at you today because I really want you to invest in. And you can try it with some different keys and stuff too, you know, A. Okay, that's some of the stuff we're going to be doing in some of the upcoming videos. So I don't want to just, you know, throw all that out there, and that's not really, that's a preview. But this use of an open string, and then your chord riffs, and then some single note stuff. Okay, that's the same as. So much, and so many classic songs really just exploit that E and D note with that open E. I mean, it's just crazy how many. You know, it's kind of a southern thing. And then in A, you know, similar stuff. Okay, we're going to do a couple videos coming up here because people really like this southern rock style. Getting a lot of comments about that. And I'm pretty keen on a lot of that stuff too. So, we're going to do some, that stuff. Um, the basic skill that's going to get you there is this grooving. Okay, so I know that was kind of, abstract what I just threw at you. But here's your routine on this. Get you a drum beat. Get on that E bar chord up here and get locked in. Start moving down to that D. Okay, now I didn't plan this that way, but that is a routine. So we could do, don't worry about all that fancy alternate picking and stuff. Just hit them all at first. That's a lot, but just work on that and let me know how you're doing with it. But I just wanted to really get you going with that northbound train, right? If nothing else, just get on there and play around with just playing a few notes and then doing a lot of muting. It'll come. Don't worry about all the funkiness right there at first. Don't try to figure that out necessarily, right? Really invest in this right hand autopilot thing. Keep it pretty simple. And hopefully you've got a way that you can set up a drum beat, even if you don't have an interface where you can kind of get your guitar and, all your sounds coming through your tablet or computer all together, like I'm doing. Turn your amp on and just download an app on your phone, put your earbuds in, put your drum loop on there, one that you can change the tempos of, and just riff out, man. It's just such a, it's one, we focus on playing songs and specific licks and getting everything right. And you really, a lot of this stuff, really take you far if you just really let go and do something really abstract. So that's kind of what today's thing was about. All right. I appreciate you. Let me hear from you and how you're doing, and I will talk to you soon. Okay.